Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Cryptosomniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. Thank you for tuning in. If you didn't check out last night's live stream, go ahead and do that. I answered some of the questions that you guys had proposed about yesterday's video on the Bitcoin hard fork coming up on August 1st. Thank you guys for asking a lot of those questions. I think I had maybe went a little bit too fast. I had been invested in Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market for quite some time now, and I think I overlooked a couple of things, like how you actually get the two coins from the one coin. So I covered a lot of that and answered some of those questions in the previous video. If you haven't checked out the Facebook group yet, head over to Cryptosomniac's Cryptocurrency Fortune group. I have the link below in the video to join. It is now open to anyone who wants to join. We have a lot of great people in the group, and I answer questions on it and respond just as I do on all my other platforms such as Instagram and YouTube and Twitter. Additionally, I'm running a contest, so if you haven't heard, share this video on Facebook right here when I upload it, or from Twitter, reshare this or retweet it, and you'll be eligible to win the $20 investment I made in cryptocurrency. I'll be donating all the profits at the end of the week on my Cryptos Weekly Digest video. So to be eligible, just retweet it or reshare it from Facebook. So what I'd like to talk about today is the influence Asia, and really China specifically, that they have on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because Bitcoin is still tied, or all the other coins are still relatively tied to the value of Bitcoin. So Asia and China has a large influence, and I guess for starters, the reason why is because they have such a large percentage of the pools in China. This chart here says it's approximately 81%. Now this might not be exact 100%, but everybody knows that it is a lot. For those of you who don't know what a pool is, a pool can be a little bit confusing. A pool is a mining pool. It is a pool where a bunch of miners have a pool together, and when they basically generate a new block, all the contributors of that pool are rewarded from the generation of that block. They are rewarded with the reward, and they are rewarded evenly based upon how much, or not evenly, but they're rewarded based upon how much power they contributed to the generation of that block. So if you generated a lot, you'd be rewarded more, and if you didn't generate a lot, you would get less. And what that does is it allows for people basically that generated less power, because it could take them years to generate a new block on the chain, and they wouldn't have rewards that are very, I guess, evenly distributed. You might go years without getting a new block and you wouldn't get any money. What a mining pool does, it allows all miners to come into a pool collectively, and they can all get rewards despite however much hash power they're contributing to the generation of those blocks. So that's what a mining pool is. And if you're not familiar with all of these terms, I do cover everything that you need to know in my cryptocurrency investment course over on Udemy. Right now you can get it for just $10. What I cover in that is everything you need to know about cryptocurrency and start funding your retirement, because that's what I'm doing. You can learn how to invest on Coinbase, get your first wallet set up, the exchanges, protecting your money, researching in ICOs. You'll learn what coins I'm investing in, which coins I think are worthwhile. You'll learn how to conduct your own research so you can make your own decisions. And lastly, you'll get access to the Telegram chat, which is just a way to stay up to date and live with you guys, because it does take time to render these videos, and I do share information exclusively for students who purchase the course in there. It is not, however, a pump and dump group where I shill coins that are outside of the top 30 or 40 in market cap that don't really have any value to the cryptocurrency game. I do not do that. So back to Asia and China. So I mentioned that the pools are largely concentrated in China. Now some of you might ask why. Now there are a couple reasons, and I think an article that I had pulled up recently actually went over some of the reasons why. And I guess first and foremost, I guess electricity is pretty cheap in China, so it's relatively easy to have these gigantic warehouses that there are in China. There's warehouses of servers by servers by servers, loaded, acres long and acres wide, that are basically mining Bitcoin. And some of the reasons why is because the Chinese are afraid of inflation due to the currency fixation by the government. And China is a socialist economy or country, and the government, as probably a lot of you know, control and restricts a lot of people's freedoms in China. And Bitcoin's anonymity is basically a way for some of the people to regain some control there. Additionally, the weakening of the yuan, the Chinese currency that they use, is another reason why people in China are probably flocking to Bitcoin. Now, there is not a said percentage of people that trade in China, but we all know it's very large. It's hard to give an exact number, but these are some of the reasons why we see a lot of the miner pools over in China. The list of miner pools here are the list of top 10, Ant Pool, BTC Top, BTC.com. All of the top 10 are in China, aside from the 2 at the bottom, well, number 9 and 10. So 8 of the first pools or 8 of the largest pools, the top 8 are all in China, and probably for those reasons I just mentioned. So what does that have to do with the price of Bitcoin? Now, most Bitcoin users don't mine, and the miners are responsible for the creation of all new Bitcoins and a fascinating part of the Bitcoin ecosystem. And Bitcoin as a technology was designed to operate in a decentralized manner, meaning that there is no single center of authority that should be able to make decisions on behalf of all users of the network. And what this means is basically in China we have a little bit like centralization going on in a decentralized designed technology in Bitcoin, because let's face it, a lot of the traders and the miners are in China. So when news comes out, like in this article here, where did I put it? I had it up right here. Basically, about a few months ago, I think it was back in February, there were moratoriums that were self-imposed on some of the exchanges in China, the 3 largest ones, which you can find out over on crypto or coin market cap. If you click any coin, you can actually click it and go to markets, and you'll see the largest markets by volume that are being traded on. So if you come down to here, Bitcoin OK Coin is the largest in China. We also have Bitcoin China, and then Huobi, and you can tell which one that is because it's being traded against the Chinese yuan. And Huobi, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right or not, but the 3 largest exchanges, those 3 back in about February, were all shut down for a month. You couldn't withdraw from them because there were basically corruption going on, and they weren't following some of the rules, and they violated some principles, and there was money laundering going on, and they needed to basically take care of this. And then when they all opened back up, the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin price rose about 4%, which was equivalent to 95 bucks at the time, which is a decent amount, 4% of 2.5 grand. So the news in China has an impact on the price. We follow it, and a lot of times the market is actually, the West and the East, at least in China, from where I am, we're 12 hours apart almost. So you can often see tradings being grouped at different times of the day, sort of once the Chinese wake up and they react and maybe take profits or buy Bitcoin, and then the West, and they do the same thing. They wake up and buy or sell, and you can see that split sometimes during the day when news comes out. And China is responsible for a lot of these price fluctuations that we can see. So basically, a tiny bit of regulatory influence or interference from China can set waves and make major ripples across the network. So say for example, and I don't know why, I'm not a politician, but say for example electricity jumped 5 times the price in China, what that might do to the price of Bitcoin. Or say the government was imposing stricter regulations upon the currency there, the native currency, the Chinese yuan. Say something like that happened, what that might mean for miners, users of Bitcoin there. They have such a large influence, and they can affect price for the good or the bad. And it's just something to be aware of. It's not something that you can really contribute or stay on top of, and it's just something to be aware of and be knowledgeable about. Now, you can't really say, you can't really prevent any news or guidelines or interference or influence that's coming out of China. It's just something to be on top of and stay aware of in the news. So what I like to do here is to bring you that news when there is new things coming up in China. For example, SegWit, which I have covered largely over the past few weeks due to the hard fork coming up and the possibility of it. And a lot of the miners that signaled for SegWit are miners out of China. So we have to look to what those miners in China are doing to know what's going to happen with the tech. So it's just an interesting decentralized, centralized piece of tech, and it's interesting to see how it goes hand in hand and back and forth. Now, the good news is that this article mentions here, will Bitcoin price continue to fluctuate, based upon China's influence on the global market? And essentially it makes note that the global market influence of China is waning, and I tend to agree. A lot of you guys know that the market cap of cryptocurrency has skyrocketed the past few months, and adoption has increased heavily globally, not just in the West. It's increased in the US and the West as well, or the East, sorry. Or no, the West, sorry. I'm just confusing you guys round and round. But it's increasing everywhere. My friends are investing in it. Your friends might be investing in it. I'm spreading the news. He's spreading the news. We are all a community here to show the support for Bitcoin. I love it when I see on Reddit new memes and new companies and restaurants adopting Bitcoin as a form of payment. And all that does is every day it seems that we're growing stabler and stabler, and as the market cap continues to increase and more people invest in it, we won't have so much volatility, and China will be less important when it comes to basically the news and what they're doing with Bitcoin. And it will also be a time where you'll be able to make less money. Basically, the sooner you get in, the chance you have to make more money with the volatile gains. I think years from now, we won't see the 100% swings in a matter of 6 months or a year. So it's a great time to get in on Bitcoin, in my opinion. I think we are in the very early stages, and we are all part of an awesome community, and I just want to be here to help spread that knowledge to you guys. So all that I ask is, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with as many people as you can. That allows me to know that what I'm doing is worth my time, and it allows YouTube and all the other viewers and students in the community to know that this video was worth watching. If you're not a subscriber of the channel, please go ahead and give me a subscriber. What I do is I make these videos every day to keep you guys up to date on what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. Additionally, as I mentioned, the competition on Twitter and Facebook, be sure to reshare or retweet this video to be eligible for a chance to win some free cryptocurrency. And as always, you can check over my course over on Udemy. Early access to it now for just $10. And lastly, you can consider becoming a Patreon or patron of the channel. That is a way to pledge money to the channel, and what I do is I reinvest everything that I make back into the channel to help spread the wealth of knowledge to everyone and as many people as impossible, because this is all about empowering you guys. What you guys get to do with your money at the end of the day is up to you, and I think it should stay that way, and I think we all have an amazing chance to earn money together. So until next time, guys. Oh, and I'm sorry, please leave your comments in the videos below if you have any questions. I respond to everything, whether it be Reddit, Twitter, or Facebook, or YouTube. I'm very happy that you guys are able to, poke me and keep my eyes open to things I might have missed and suggest topics that you guys are unsure of. I've been in the cryptocurrency space for a while now, so I don't know everything that you guys might need to know. Sometimes I might assume things, and I hate to do that to you guys. So feel free to answer or ask any questions you have. Until next time, make sure everybody here stays a cryptosomniac, because the rich do not have time to sleep. Until next time.